Hi, it's me. And today, we're going to talk about a very special animal that has been around for hundreds of millions of years. It's known for its unique appearance and its incredible blue-colored blood. Yep, you heard me right. Blue blood. So what's the deal with this strange animal, and how does its blood turn blue? Let's find out. The animal I'm talking about is the Atlantic horseshoe crab. This animal has been around for over 450 million years, which is mind-boggling considering that the dinosaurs didn't show up until 248 million years ago. Despite being around for so long, it wasn't until recently that people started to take notice of these unique creatures. One of the most fascinating things about the Atlantic horseshoe crab is its unusual appearance. These creatures have a shell that resembles a horseshoe, and their bodies are divided into two sections, the larger cephalothorax and the smaller abdomen. They also have a pair of large compound eyes that are located on top of their head, and four smaller simple eyes that are located on the sides of their body. And if that wasn't weird enough, they have a tail-like structure called a telson that they use to move around on the ocean floor. The Atlantic horseshoe crab is a marine animal that is found in the coastal waters of the Atlantic Ocean. They typically live in shallow waters where they feed on mollusks, worms, and other small animals. These creatures are also known for their hardiness and ability to survive in a wide range of conditions. So now, you're probably wondering what all this has to do with the color of their blood. Well, it turns out that the Atlantic horseshoe crab has blue blood. Yes, you heard me right. Blue blood. And there are two reasons for this. First, the horseshoe crab's blood is blue because of the way it carries oxygen. In humans and most vertebrates, blood is red because it contains a pigment called hemoglobin, which contains iron, Fe. Hemoglobin is responsible for carrying oxygen throughout the body and giving blood its characteristic red color. However, horseshoe crabs don't use hemoglobin to carry oxygen. Instead, they use a different pigment called hemocyanin, which contains copper, Cu. When hemocyanin binds with oxygen, it turns blue, which is why horseshoe crab blood is blue instead of red. Now you might be thinking, well, if horseshoe crabs have been around for so long, why haven't we noticed their blue blood before? Well, it turns out that the blue color of horseshoe crab blood is actually quite subtle and can be difficult to see with the naked eye. Additionally, horseshoe crabs have been relatively obscure animals until recently and haven't been studied extensively. However, in recent years, horseshoe crabs have become more popular due to their unique appearance and their importance in medical research. And speaking of their importance in medical research, let's move on to the second reason why horseshoe crabs have blue blood. The second reason why horseshoe crab blood is so remarkable is because of its unique clotting ability. Horseshoe crab blood contains special cells called amebocytes that are able to clot almost instantly when exposed to bacterial endotoxins. This ability to clot quickly and efficiently makes horseshoe crab blood an invaluable tool in the medical field. One of the most common uses of horseshoe crab blood is in the testing of drugs and vaccines for harmful bacteria. Before a drug or vaccine can be approved for human use, it must first be tested for safety. And horseshoe crab blood is used to detect any harmful bacteria that may be present in the drug or vaccine. If any bacteria are detected, the drug or vaccine cannot be used, which helps to ensure the safety of patients. Another use of horseshoe crab blood in medicine is to test IV fluids and equipment for bacteria. This is important because any bacteria in these fluids or equipment can cause serious infections in patients. Horseshoe crab blood is used to monitor the sterility of these products, which helps to prevent infections. In addition to testing for bacteria, horseshoe crab blood is also used to purify certain proteins that are used in medical treatments. These proteins are often used to help patients with immune system disorders, and horseshoe crab blood is used to purify them to the highest standard. Because of the importance of horseshoe crab blood in medical research, it has become a valuable commodity. In fact, it is not uncommon for a liter of horseshoe crab blood to cost upwards of $15,000 US, which is why it is sometimes referred to as blue gold. It's clear that the Atlantic horseshoe crab is an amazing creature that plays an important role in medical research. Its unique appearance, ability to survive in a wide range of conditions, and blue-colored blood make it a truly fascinating animal. But unfortunately, the Atlantic horseshoe crab is currently at risk of extinction due to overharvesting for its blood. The demand for horseshoe crab blood in the medical industry has led to an increase in the harvesting of these animals, which has caused their populations to decline sharply, especially in the US and Asia. This has raised concerns among scientists and conservationists who are working to protect the Atlantic horseshoe crab from extinction. It's important to note that horseshoe crabs have been around for hundreds of millions of years and have survived many changes to the environment. However, the current rate of harvesting is unsustainable and could have a negative impact on the species as a whole. Conservation efforts are underway to reduce the demand for horseshoe crab blood by developing synthetic alternatives to replace their blood in medical research. Additionally, regulations are being put in place to limit the amount of horseshoe crab blood that can be harvested, as well as to protect their habitat and prevent overfishing. It's important to take action now to protect the Atlantic horseshoe crab and ensure that future generations can continue to marvel at this amazing creature. Overall, the Atlantic horseshoe crab is a truly fascinating animal that has been around for hundreds of millions of years. Its unique appearance, ability to survive in a wide range of conditions, and blue-colored blood make it a truly remarkable creature. While the demand for its blood has led to a decline in its population, conservation efforts are underway to protect it from extinction. Hopefully, with our help, the Atlantic horseshoe crab will continue to thrive for many millions of years to come. So what do you think? Did you already know about the Atlantic horseshoe crab, or was this the first time you learned about it? Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. Thanks for watching. See you next time.